Good day to you coders, and thank you for joining us on Project Collaborate. In this video, we'll be discussing the Runnable interface. So, for those that joined us on our last video, what we had going on here is we had two classes, and one is called class 1, the other is called class 2, and they were actually both extending thread, and so that just made them their own thread, right? And so there was one primary problem with this. So we're using the extends keyword here, and that's actually very problematic because with the extends keyword, you aren't able to extend anything else because Java does not support multiple inheritance. And so today we're going to be going over the Runnable interface, which will help us solve this problem. So if we have two classes here, class 1 that extends thread, we can actually have this implement Runnable. And so we should also do the same thing here. And so when we do that, what we can actually do is we can create thread objects. So thread t1 equals new thread t2 equals new thread. And so in the parameters, what your argument will actually be the object. And so if you notice here, we have two objects, one called 1 and the other called 2. So you can put 1 in here, 1, and then 2. And so after that, what we can do is we can do t1.start, t2.start. And what this will do is it'll call the run methods in each of your respective classes. And so if you do that, so we can actually get rid of this because we are no longer using those. And so if we get rid of that as well, so if you notice here, we have some concurrent printing. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then suddenly we have 2, 1, and then 2, 1. So essentially what's happening here is that one thread might be getting ahead of the other thread. And so what's happening is that one is like printing before the other one is printing, when in reality it should be vice versa. And so what we can do here is we can put a little try catch and do thread.sleep 10. And then we can catch the exception as E. So with this thread.sleep, what we're able to do is actually cause the main thread to pause for just a slight, like few 10 milliseconds. And so this allows that thread 1 always stay ahead of thread 2. And so when we run that, you'll notice that we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 all throughout. And that's because this slight delay has allowed this thread to always stay ahead of this thread. And with that being said, we have essentially covered the Runnable interface. The Runnable interface is very useful because we're now using implements instead of extends. And so now we can use extends for other object-oriented programming. So if we wanted class 1 to extend another class, then we don't have to worry about class 1 extending thread because we're implementing Runnable. And that being said, that's all we have to cover for this video. If you guys have any questions, y'all can drop it down in the comments below or join our Discord server, and thank you for watching.